Afternoon, guys. It's 4:22 p.m. I just want to keep your attention for just a moment and bring your attention to Philippians 4:13. It says, I can do all things through Christ which strengthen me. Now, that's Strong Concordance version, but I want to also break some of this down for us. It says, I can do all things. In Greek, I have strength for all things, not merely how to be abased and how to abound. After special circumstances, he declares his universal power, how triumphantly, yet how humbly. Now, the part through Christ which strengthened me, the oldest manuscripts omit Christ, then translate in him who giveth me power. That is, by virtue of my living union and identification with him who is my strength. Now, the reason why I wanted to bring it up to you is because right now I want to talk to you about what is sustaining. Sustaining means that you are going to get through what you're going through now, and you're going to make it to the place that you're going to. Today, it is literally a gray day, but tomorrow it can be sunny. So when you think about what you're doing it for, if you're doing things for God, you keep your mind focused on God, and you don't keep your mind focused on the current situation. Yeah, it's raining today, but it won't be like that always. What happens to a lot of people is that when it is gray, they let the depression set in and they forget about the overall mission. And if it's raining outside, that lets them have an idea of, well, I can't do anything fun because I don't have an umbrella or I don't want to get wet. Understand that God never said how he was going to bring you through, and he never told you when he was going to bring you through. But what he promised was that he was going to get you through. So if you go back and you look at it, it says, I can do all things through Christ, which strengthened me. So our flesh is going to fail. We're going to want to give up at times. We're going to want to quit at times. But if Christ is in you, you're going to remember why you need to keep going. Some days you may need to be the person that pushes the marriage when your wife doesn't. And some days she may need to be the person to push the marriage when you don't. Some days you and your wife are going to have to push the family on days that your kids are not being respectful. They're not doing as told, and they're just taking more from you than what they're giving. And so you just feel like, how am I going to say that this verse works when I'm going through what I am? And you're going through it only because we were never told how. You know, when we go home and we look at our homes and we have to clean it up, we never know exactly what it's going to take. We can look at it and say, oh, it's going to take me about 30 minutes, or it may take me an hour. But then if you think about when you get started, you may say, I just found the penny. Oh, I found something else I've been looking for. Well, now it's going to add more time. It's not saying that you're still not going to get done. It's just that it's going to take a little bit longer, because sometimes God wanted to show you some treasure in your trash. And see, if you can sustain long enough, you're going to learn that trash is just the opposite of treasure. Sometimes we have a trashy day. Sometimes we have a very trashy day. It makes us want to throw up at just the scent of that smell. You know, when your trash can is just running over, you're like, oh my God, what is that smell? But you know what? Trash man comes once a week. Now, he didn't say that sometimes your trash is going to smell great or sometimes it's going to smell bad. He just said it's going to smell. So what I want you guys to take away from the day is, don't focus on the how and the when, just focus on the who. Because as long as you got the who, he's going to give you the protection to go through the what, and eventually he's going to bring you to the when. The reason why I say eventually is because even God gave us 7 days. So even he wanted to have a beginning and an end, which is why he is the Alpha and the Omega. There is nothing that you're going through that he will allow you to go through twice and 3 times unless you're not doing or you're not listening to what he's telling you in that moment. I'm going to leave with this. When a fighter is in a fight and he's getting beat down, one of my favorite movies is Rocky. Now, Mickey was in his corner the whole time, and he was always telling him, he said, hey, listen, just hang in there, kid, hang in there. And Rock would say, hey, he's big, he's strong. He said, just hang in there. And you know what? I've seen Rocky win fights that, if we look at it on paper, if we look at these two people standing side by side, we know Rocky was supposed to lose. But just like David should have lost to Goliath, he did not. because David had something in him that was bigger than what he was facing. And so I want everybody to understand that we all are going to go through some tough times that are going to be really big too. But guess what? The taller they are, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. You know, at the end of the day, when Rocky would win his fight, he would be badly bruised. He would be beat up, bloody, sweating, eyes closed. But you know what? He got that W. He got that victory. And so I have learned that although it doesn't feel good, I know that this too shall pass. It's not going to be forever. So just know the next time you find yourself in a situation that seems that it is uncomfortable, but then before it was uncomfortable, it was comfortable, just know that's just where you are right now. But when you learn to be comfortable, when you're uncomfortable, that's when your faith is growing in God. Brothers, I hope you can be blessed in knowing that just like Rocky, we will overcome, just like Jesus came, and he came to overcome. And if we believe in him, he is the true overcomer. I believe if we follow anything that he's done, he's conquered everything. Thus he says, "O death, where is thy sting?" So if this man has done everything, why am I struggling with something? Because if a person is struggling with something, it's because he's leaning to his own understanding. And we know that the Bible says, lean not to thine own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge God. I love you, brothers. Have a blessed week. And I look forward to bringing you another message if you would allow me. Love your families. Take care. Be safe. Be warm. God bless.